Hello everybody, welcome on board. It's a very big pleasure for me today to share with you my favorite recipe for this year. A raspberry delight with pistachio financier sponge, with raspberry jelly with a croquant inside and lychee vanilla mousse. Finished with a wet icing glaze. I'm GM Grandadon. I'm working for CSM for 20 years. We will start this recipe with the sponge cake. To do this sponge cake, we will use almond paste from Marguerite, 50%. And we will mix this almond paste with eggs and with pistachio paste. I put directly the pistachio paste in the bowl with almond paste. We have also in Marguerite 22% almond paste and 32%. But when we're baking, we use only 50% because it's less sugar inside. Now I take the whisk and I will mix with my mixer. I start slowly, good mixing all the ingredients every time. Take your time on the beginning, and after a few minutes you can add the eggs. But eggs step by step, or you obtain a lot of lumps inside. After, when you have a good mixing with the ingredients, you can add a little eggs inside and you can increase the speed. Now you can stop and you can, with the scrape, just to remove the dough on the middle on the whisk. Good. We mix again and we add some eggs inside. 1 part of eggs. And now you can add the salt. Now it's absolutely necessary to whisk 10 minutes. In high speed. After 10 minutes, I remove the bowl. I add some flour and some margarine. Margarine, it's Grand Pâtissier. And beforehand, you sift the flour. You add the flour. You mix slowly with the marise. And we can add now the margarine, beforehand, melted with the microwave. And I mix slowly to incorporate the margarine in the dough. Good. Now I will piping the dough on the tray in the ring. I use a 16 centimeter diameter, and now I will pipe roughly 120 grams on the top of the tray in the ring. Good. And now I can bake it in fan oven. I prefer. You can take a deck oven. Huh? I prefer my fan oven, 170 degrees during 16 minutes, 20 maximum. That depends of your oven, of course. Now we will make the pistachio crunchy. To do the pistachio crunchy, I will use pralin croquant pistache from Marguerite and praligrin. Praligrin is nuts, and around we have caramelized with sugar. Pralin croquant pistache, I just beforehand melted in the microwave. Roughly 40-45 degrees, not more, because inside we have chocolate. If it's dangerous, because you risk to burn it. Now, it's very simple. You take the praligrin, up, you put directly, you mix with the marise together, You take roughly for a frame 800 grams from pralin croquant. You can add more, but for me, I prefer. It's enough for me. I take a frame, 60 by 40 centimeters. And I put directly my mixture on a silicone map. After, I can apply. It's very easy to do that. Look. You can see it's enough with 800 grams pralin croquant. Of course, you prepare all the steps in advance. If you want to make a lot of cake, it's more easy. Okay? That's it, finished. You take the tray and you put in a deep freezer. Now we will prepare raspberry jelly. We will use raspberry fruffy. It's very, very rich in fruit, all the brand from Fruffy. We will use Bavaria Neutral. It's a jellify, to jellify the jelly. And we add some water. Water you put in microwave maybe 2 minutes before. And 20-25 degrees, it's enough. Very simple. You take the Bavaria Neutral. You add the water. You mix together. Just mixing 1 minute. Okay? And now we add raspberry fruffy inside directly. I mix together the mixture. And that's it. Very easy. I take a piping bag. I prepare beforehand the sponge cake pistachio in a ring, and I will piping directly the raspberry jelly filling. Perfect. As you can see, and now I can put in a deep freezer, and after we can make the pistachio crunchy to finish the cake. Now to continue, we will make lychee vanilla mousse. To do this cream, I take lychee pulp, some milk, I mix together. Okay? I have Bavaria Neutral, water and eggs. Bavaria Neutral to jellify the mousse. We have in this brand a lot of flavor from Bavaria, and you can find what do you want to do some mousse. And now the new one, it's vegan. Now I will boil it, and I will add a vanilla pod inside to infuse until roughly 90-95 degrees. Okay? During this time, I will mix together the water and Bavaria Neutral. I prepare some eggs. Now, I take one part of the mixture and I pour in the eggs. Okay, and now I put again in the first mixture. Now I will bring to the mixture to 85 degrees maximum. Okay, it's good. Now I can add the Bavaria neutral and water. I mix correctly. Now I pour in the bowl. You can keep the vanilla pod inside, don't worry. I take out after. I mix slowly, and now I need to cool down this mixture until 20-25 degrees maximum. To continue the mousse, we will finish the mixture with Prima Nut cream. Prima Nut cream is a non-dairy cream with 15% dairy cream inside, without sugar. I just whisk beforehand, and now I will make my mixture. As you can see, look at the texture from the creme. It's very smooth, very light. It's very important. Very, very light. No sugar. It's not necessary to add sugar inside. And now you mix. I make only one part of Prima Nut cream inside. I'm mixing. Okay, and now I can add the second part from the cream inside. And now, very, very slowly, if you mix to speed, it's no good for the texture after the mousse. Very, very light and very smooth, with a very nice flavor from lychee. To finish, you can take again the Maryse and just to remove on the bottom from the bowl. Beautiful. Now I prepare in advance a silicone map with a ring with a rhodoid. It's very important to remove the cake. It's more easy after when the cake is frozen. The ring, it's 18 centimeter diameter. Now, and half the first part from mousse. I use a nozzle, number 10, and now I piping in the ring. Good. Roughly and a half, huh? Okay. Just you can make this to apply the mousse on the top of the silicone map. And you remember before we made the jelly and we put in the frozen, and we have the biscuit on the top. And you take this and you put in with the biscuit upside. Okay? Now, just a little mousse with the piping bag. You can, with the palette, just apply in the ring. And after, you can put inside the pistachio crunchy we made before, we frozen, you remember? And after you cut the size, it's 16 centimeters. You put directly on the top, as you can see. With the palette, you remove some mousse. Good. And now, we put again in the deep freezer. And after, maybe in 1 hour, we can finish with the red miroir glaze. Now we will make the red icing glaze. To do this glaze, I would like to show you the Royal Miroir Neutral water, and I will mixing this with a glaze. To do that, I will boiling the glaze with water. I put some water. I mix just a little to beginning. I prepare before red coloring, and you can take powder coloring or liquid. This one it's powder coloring, and I add some water, warm water inside to make my coloring. I bring to boil the glaze and the water. So now the gel fix and water boiling. And with the gel fix jelly, the gel fix glaze, I use it to more gellify my Royal Miroir Neutral. Now I take the miroir and I mixing together just a little, not too much, just to incorporate the mirror in the glaze. After I pour in this liter, I will add some coloring, red color, and I use this mixer to good mixing without bubble. Be careful when you take the mixer and when you put in the glaze, not in this way, always in this, just a little without bubble inside. Of course, you can make this glaze in advance and you can use every day. It's only for one cake today. Okay? Now, I will take the temperature from the mixture, the glaze in the mirror, and to use it, it's maximum 45, 46 degrees. As you see, boiling, you pour directly, you're mixing, and normally you have 45, 46 degrees. I have it. And now we can finish our cakes. Here we go. Now I have my frozen entremet. I have my glaze ready, 45, 46 degrees, and I can put directly on the top. Okay, now we will finish the cake. We will use a chocolate ring. Okay? And I cut some raspberry before, and I will just, with delicatesse, put on the top of the cake. Good. And now I will use some chocolate decoration from Marguerite. I love this chocolate decor. Very clear. Very funny also. Okay. Now, just to a French touch, with a poudre à décor allégée, just a little. This one is fantastic. You can put in the fridge, never melted. And the decoration stayed the same during maybe 2 days, no problem. And now, just to finish with a small silver gold on the top of the raspberry. Perfect. Here you are, your raspberry delight with pistachio financier sponge, pistachio crunchy, raspberry jelly, the vanilla mousse with lychee, and the miroir. I hope you can do this recipe for your customer and they will very happy. And you can believe me, it's a very nice flavor and nice cake for your customer. So I hope you enjoy this cake. And I would like just to say you thank you for your attention. If you need any help or if you have any question, don't hesitate to contact us. It will be a pleasure to help you, or you can contact your CSMI distributor. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.